Good morning and bonjour, everybody. This is Morten from Inkish. Fourth day here at wonderful Hunkeler Innovationdays in Lucerne. And we have had some wonderful guests and a lot of interviews during the week. But we thought it could be really great to end this week with some of the younger people of the industry. So Danny from Fujifilm, Tony from Kurz, and of course Matthias from Hunkeler. So welcome to Bonjour.
Thank you.
Hello, Martin.
Let's start with you, Tony. I know that you've been busy at the Kurz booth, but did you have time at all to go and see other stuff as well?
Yes, I walked the show a little bit. It's our first time here, and I didn't really know what to expect from it, but I'm pleasantly surprised. Everybody just has great booths, great energy, a lot of great people here. Heard the conversations are great. So I'm enjoying myself.
And Danny, I know that you have been taking out of the demo rooms where you're teaching new generations how to operate Fuji machines. So did you have time to go and see anything?
Yes. Yesterday I had some time, so I passed by the competitors, obviously, and I had a look to the finishing lines that are here because they are quite impressive.
I think they are so, and I mean, we spoke about your fantastic new press with all the new features, but I must admit that personally, I sometimes find that finishing machines are a little bit more complicated with all the physics that is required. Or what do you think, Matthias?
I'm not the one who judged this, actually, but I think all the equipment we see here on show is very interesting and good to see, and also all the people, of course. It's not only about the equipment here at the Innovation Days.
I mean, you and your team, you have been all over the show, right? I mean, I see you everywhere, right?
Absolutely. So probably most of the people don't know that the whole show is organized by the company Hunkeler itself. So we have no dedicated people just for the organization of the Hunkeler Innovation Days. I think I heard a number that around 200 of the 250 employees are working at the show right now. So this is, of course, tough, but also great to see how a company can build up such an event.
And you had your employee dinner yesterday evening. So did you have time to attend, or?
Yes, I take this time. It's very important to me or for the whole company. So we invite all the employees with their families. So the children, partners, friends can see where the Hunkeler employees and also the Müller Martini employees for the first time.
I saw the photo and it was pretty crowded, right?
Absolutely, it was around 600 people here in the catering. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you're not just throwing a show, you're also making a huge party, right?
Absolutely.
So Tony, I mean, you come also from a company of some size. I mean, you had your open weeks last year, 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, are you also planning on having some kind of events, maybe not like this, but again, inviting customers inside your premises, or?
Absolutely. Maybe not to the scope as Hunkeler, but definitely.
Years, I tell you.
Yes. So last year, for example, we also hosted Embellish More at our North American subsidiary. So we're definitely planning on doing more smaller events or having workshop and other type of learning events at customer sites too. So we just had one here yesterday. They're planning a huge workshop series at their site to actually teach designer agencies and graphic designers more about digital embellishment. So that's just really exciting.
And I know that Fujifilm, they also from time to time have events, not the scope of this, but have you participated in some of them as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we do regularly. We do our peak performance events. Yeah. So those are in Brussels or in Ratingen, depending on which kind of products we are focusing. Yeah. So this is something we do on a regular basis.
I invited you because you are, I mean, maybe you don't feel so young today after 4 days on the floor, but you are on your birth date is a little bit part of the younger members of the industry. Let me start with you, Danny. Is there, I mean, what does it mean to you to come into the industry? And I'm asking you because the reason why we wanted to ask you about this is because the industry needs more people. And I think that when people first come into the industry, they get sometimes surprised about the beauty from Kurz, the technology that you dig into, the marketing opportunity. So you actually represent a quite big spread of maybe something that not so many people know about. So what is your view on being young here?
For me, it's pure the technology.
because it's always improving, and to have the chance to work with new products, new developments, be part of the developments, that's for me really key to be in this business. But I think we as an industry, we have to make it more sexy. It's not very appealing to young people, and that's what we see around us. And I think the coming years, we're gonna lose a lot of knowledge. And I think we have to make sure that we can transfer the knowledge ASAP.
And when you talk about making it more sexy, because I hear that from time to time, but I'm actually wondering if that is the right word, because if the industry is interesting from a technical perspective, as you mentioned, for example, isn't it more about telling that it is a technology business as well?
I think you're right. I think we have to be proud of what we're doing, and we have to explain that there's a lot of technology behind what we are doing. Yeah. And a lot of people, they don't see that. They take print and finishing for granted, and they don't know that there's a whole line before a packaging is in the shop.
How did you come into the industry, and what is your educational background?
So I studied graphic media technology on the university.
So you were already exposed to the industry,
yes.
you can say, right?
Yes, I had a first general year, and after that year you have to decide which direction you want to go. So many people went to cross media because they know how to sell, and I went the other side, and I don't regret it.
Okay, and is something that you can recommend all young people to at least look into, or?
Yes, for sure. I mean, if you love technology and if you love to be part of development, and especially here, you have many big companies that everybody knows, and I think all of them, they are looking for young people.
And Matthias, you have just last year entered your MBA. So that is, of course, like more in the business kind of things. But I mean, now you are the marketing and communication manager of both Hunkeler and Müller Martini. I guess that though it is a marketing exercise, you also have a quite good passion for the products, the applications, and the technology, right?
Absolutely. I mean, my background is not in the printing industry. Actually, I'm a former software developer in the automotive industry.
Quite different, right?
Absolutely. Before that, I was in sports, so completely different industries. And I 100% agree what he just said. It's this high-tech technology. But it's also. We had already many discussions this week, also and panel discussions of organizations during the Innovation Days, that the image of the printing industry is way too worse for what it is. And it's not only the technology, it's also the applications. I mean, if I talk to my friends, everyone says, I thought print is dead. What is your daily job? And I think we have to work on that. Our generation has to work on that, because there will be a generation change soon. And it's about to promote the technology, but it's also to promote equality, diversity in industry, make it sexier for younger talents to work in the industry.
I mean, you have, for the first time, you have a booth for the young, what is it called, your apprentice booth down here, right? I already, years ago, you have a special website for young people that is about recruitment and opportunities within Hunkeler. Is that, because I have not seen that with so many companies, I mean, do you also have that kind of thing? Or?
Yes, we do. We have a large apprenticeship program and also a traineeship program at Kurz. So people can look into different type of departments and just explore what they're interested in. Yeah. And I also got the chance to go to our North American subsidiary as an intern. So also, there are a lot of international.
So you got the international perspective, and I think a lot of young people also like not to just be stuck at home, but also explore the world, right? Yeah. Oh, you're nodding, all of you, right?
That's probably for all of us. That's also a reason why we are joined this industry, to see things of the world. Yes.
Antonie, you are relatively new to Kurz as well. What is your background?
So I studied business and marketing, and I just, like 2 years ago, I graduated my master's degree. And during that time, while I was pursuing my master's, I was working as an intern and working student for Kurz, and then after going to the US
so
for my internship. Yes, I knew Kurz already. It's a big employer where I come from. And then I got the opportunity to go to the US for an internship, and after that I started as the marketing manager.
A question to all of you, you can just answer whoever takes it the first. When we talk about this, making it more interesting for young people. Is there like any one single thing that the industry can do together?
I think what's really important is, I kind of hear that from both of you, is that people and the general public doesn't really know what print all is. Because similar to Matthias, oftentimes when I talk to my friends, they're so amazed of what print is, what embellishment is, and what all goes into one single product, and that they touch it every single day multiple times.
I mean, but you come in a position where you have the most beautiful print in the entire world. I mean, that's unfair to the rest of us, right?
Maybe I can add, I mean, we have the motto of connect at this year's Innovation Days, and in my eyes, this is what it's all about, to bring the industry further. We as an industry have to connect all the players together to make better technology, to work with future technologies. On Sunday, we had a partner event. We talked about blockchain, for example, AI, future technologies which can be very important also for our industry in the future. But we can only achieve this if we work all together and not against each other.
And I think it's also important that companies are not afraid to invest in young people. Yeah. I also train people, and I've trained actually a lot of very talented people, and they left after a while just because they could earn more money for a way simpler job that was not so exciting. But yeah, at the end, you have to pay the bill. So I think...
And that is, of course, a competition of attracting, because it's the small generations, right? I can tell you, I was moderating a small conference in Frankfurt 2 years ago. And that was us old boys, right? I'm 56 for the record, right? So not that old. Okay. Well, in that conference, there was leaders from DACH region printing companies, relatively big companies. And all of them are expressing exactly the same things as you are, like, we need to make it more attractive. And said, okay, so who of you are giving up your leadership role and give it to the successor that you believe may take over in 10 years' time, but do it now? And there's nobody doing it, right? And that's, of course, because, I mean, I think it is both an advantage and a disadvantage, but I think that even us older, we don't feel as old as we were seen maybe 2-3 generations ago. When I look at my mom when she was 50, I thought of her as an old lady, right? Now my team, we have people that are in their early 30s, and I mean, that is really, when we work together, I don't think we see the age difference as a big hinder to have fun and work hard, and we work on the same objective. So I'm sometimes wondering how much age is actually, I mean, the actual birth date is important. It's more like how to actually take advantage of all the things that you guys, as the Gen Zs and all these names, and the first generations that have lived the internet, right? I mean, do you agree on that, or yeah? Because all of you work with elder people as well, right? Yeah.
In my eyes, it's important to mention that it's not about, let's say, get rid of the older generations and put in all the young talents. It's about working together, because we need the experience of the older generations, but let's discuss ideas, get the ideas from the younger
Transfer
talent.
knowledge, I think. Transfer knowledge is key.
And you're seriously afraid that will not happen fast enough, basically.
Okay, this is probably a little bit niche, but what I see, especially to color management, if I see the people, the experts, they will retire soon, almost all of them. And this will be a big issue for the printing industry.
We see the same thing at Kurz. We have a lot of really talented, great people at Kurz that have been at Kurz for 20 years, 25 years. And there are not a lot of young people coming in. And so I'm totally hearing you. I feel like that we have a problem of knowledge transfer, and kind of, we see younger people coming into different positions at Kurz and also in other companies as well. But generally, it's just the whole demographic change is what we also see in our companies, I feel like.
Is it only the older generation's responsibility?
No.
We have to push for it as well.
Yeah. Because I was just wondering, sometimes my kids is probably around your age, 31 is my daughter, right? And I think she's a hardworking, she's also in marketing, she's also got a master, right? And I think that, I think it's hard work for young people today also to make their own career, especially if you have a long study time behind you and you really want to now go out and try it out. But I unfortunately also, not with her, but in generally speaking, sometimes feel a little bit that young generations also think, let us get everything served on a silver plate, right? And I don't think you represent that at all, but you get my point as somebody that has never really worked hard to get to where they are. They sometimes may be a little bit more like, here, why are we not given these opportunities, right?
I think that's kind of a prejudice we probably always say about younger generations coming from older generations.
You think it's a prejudice and not true, or?
I can't say that for myself. I have a young team, and all of them are incredibly talented and hardworking. I really appreciate them. So I can't really say that. It's probably just specific people in the generation that then are kind of put onto this limelight of saying, well, they're lazy. But I don't see that at all.
I can tell you the reason why I thought of it was like, I don't know if it's an international word, but in Denmark we have, if I translate it directly, it's called the spelt moms, right? You know, they have your spelt flour, and you call it spelt moms is that, you know, the babies can never hurt themselves by playing with something. They're carried away or carried forward in every situation in life. And I can see that with my own kids, that we are maybe more protecting our kids than when I was a kid, right? And therefore, I don't think it's unnatural that when you then grow up and become independent, that you maybe sometimes also expect more, right? And that was like what I was thinking, right?
You mean, I get what you mean, and I certainly see that. I feel like that's some type of cultural change as well. Because people a lot of the times talk about work-life balance, and I hear my older colleagues saying, oh, what's work-life balance? And I feel like it's just really a different approach to life in general, because it's not about work-life balance. We want our work to fulfill ourselves and to be driven, to wake up every day and be like, I'm excited to do the work that I do because I enjoy it, and I kind of get a certain purpose out of it. And I feel like that's maybe a certain change that's coming in young people saying, this is what I want out of my career.
I can tell you, I think it's the same for old people. I can tell you, if I'm old people, because when I talk to a lot of, I think it depends a lot on what you do. I remember that now we are in a situation like the four of us. Honestly, we don't have a very hard labor work, right? We are brain workers, basically, right? So I think there's a huge difference between blue collar and white collar when it comes to these kind of things as well. But you know, we have been talking for so long time, so I got the signal already that we have to. I think it was super nice talking to you, and I hope also you found it nice to be part of Bonjour.
It was so fun.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for
You're
having
welcome.
me.
And again, Matthias, thank you for having Enkish here on Innovation Days. I tell you, we have been working hard.
I see that.
So again, thank you very much, and maybe next time we will see each other again here in 27, or?
Absolutely. So I hope to see you all again in 2 years, and then more young talents are in this industry pushing it.
Hopefully we are replaced by real young people.
Absolutely.
Real young people.
Let's see. Well,
And not do the interview on the last day.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.